Hey there, everyone. Sam Childers, Machine Gun Preacher. I know a lot of you might say every day, why does he always say who he is? That's because we got unbelievable people, thousands of people that's getting involved watching these messages that we're doing. So I want to encourage everyone, share it, send it to a friend, tell them to share it. One of my messages on all three Facebook sites, there was over 30 some thousand views where people viewed it. So the messages are doing amazing things. So that's why I always introduce who I am and where I'm from. And once again, I'm in Kampala, Uganda. You can tell by behind me the sun is shining. It's very beautiful and very warm. And I love Uganda. It's a part of East Africa. But anyways, I got a message today that's going to be kind of shocking to some of you. Some of you might disagree with me. Some of you might have your own thoughts and everything about what I'm going to talk about, and that's fine. I don't want to get a lot of emails from it, okay? I get enough emails lately, people talking to me about problems and everything, and I like those emails. But I don't want to get a bunch of emails saying, well, I believe there's more types of people and this and that. But anyways, when I give a message like this in America, I usually ask the people, show me your hands if you like the Machine Gun Preacher. And people raise their hands. Maybe a few won't raise, but you know how that is. There's always a few in the bunch. But then again, I always say, after this message, I'm going to ask you the same thing. Do you still like the Machine Gun Preacher? I believe there's only three types of people in the world today. Now I'm gonna, a lot of people say, oh no, that's wrong. I'm categorizing everybody in three types. So there's a lot of different types of people under one name is what I should say. And I believe that the first one that I want to talk about just a little bit briefly is someone that's called a nobody. And I know you're already thinking of some, all right? But listen, we're not supposed to call nobody a nobody because that's like a bad word also. But you know what I'm talking about. You know a lot of nobodies. And a nobody is usually somebody that is lazy. They don't want to work. A nobody is usually somebody that has no priorities in life. A nobody is somebody that has no respect for anyone, even authorities. That's why they're a nobody. They believe that everyone owes them something in life, from their neighbors to people in town to their government owes them. They believe they don't need to answer to nobody. That means that, or anyone, they believe that they don't have to answer to anyone. Now, you know people like that I'm talking about. There's a lot of nobodies out there. They are usually somebody completely unimportant, but they believe they're important. Those are one of the three categories that I believe there are of people in the world today. I believe one is a nobody. But the second people that I believe, if we're categorizing out the world, the second one is followers. And a follower is a good person. A follower is usually, and most of the time, he or she is a worker. A follower is a worker. A follower is somebody who agrees with beliefs of other people. So they'll get behind those other people and they will follow those other people. They will stand up for those other people in what they believe in. Someone that believes in someone else's ideas. So they will get behind that person in everything that they're doing, whether they're just working a normal job, whether it's a construction job, whether it's working in a grocery store, whether it's an engineer, whether it's a construction worker doing carpentry work, concrete work, whether it's a school teacher. They believe in someone else's ideas, and they will listen to instructions. Now we're talking about the three categories that I believe people are in the world. We're talking about the second one right now, and that is a follower, someone that will listen, and most of all, someone that will stay faithful. Now, the greatest one that I believe that is so much needed, and there's a lot of you out there, you're right on the edge of jumping on to what you're supposed to be doing. You're right on the edge of stepping out for what God has called you to do. You're right on the edge of maybe it's at the job you've been working for so many years. You're right on the edge of becoming a leader. God needs leaders. The world needs leaders. A leader is someone that can command and run a group, an organization, or a country. I'm going to read that again. Now, this is a definition of a leader. He can command, he can run a group, an organization, or a country. But most of all, a leader is someone willing to commit. A leader is someone, now listen to this, that will inspire others. A leader is someone that's confident in himself. See, some of you are right to that point where God has put you in a leadership position. You are getting in a leadership position even at your job. But deep down inside of you, you are not confident in yourself. You need to work on getting confident in yourself immediately. I mean, literally start praying out to God. God, I need that gift. You might say, well, that's not one of the spiritual gifts. It is a gift. God can give you confidence in yourself. A leader is someone has a very high honesty, very honest with people. A leader, someone of integrity. A leader, someone with accountability. A leader, someone with passion. A leader is someone that has a vision. Now see, a leader not only needs people or followers, a leader needs other leaders amongst him. Even me, our ministry has grown so big over the years. I need other leaders. Like in our office, Angels of East Africa in the U.S., I have Evelina. Our church, the 3C's Church, I have Pastor Michael. These are all leaders. But see, even a leader needs leaders under them. But see, to be a leader under someone else, you have to see their vision. And a leader, most of all, whether you are under another leader or whether God has placed you in leadership, no matter what it is, where it is, or what you're doing, you must be a leader that is totally steadfast. And see, a person that is steadfast is a person that will not quit. You know, I want to read something from Deuteronomy chapter 20. I want to encourage all of you to get in Deuteronomy chapter 20 and read from verse 1 all the way down to verse 9. I want you to read it all. Now, I don't have time to read it all right now, but I want to read here. It's titled in my Bible, Regulations Concerning War. I want to go down to verse 2. When you prepare for battle, the priest must come forward to speak to the troops. He will say to them, listen to me, all you men of Israel. Do not be afraid as you go out to fight your enemies today. Do not lose heart. Okay, now these are three things that you can't do when you're going after your leadership position. Do not lose heart or panic or tremble before them. That means don't lose heart of the battle. Let me tell you something. When you're in leadership, there's a battle every day. You're fighting a battle constantly. If you're afraid to fight, get out of it. Don't go into leadership. Don't lose, or panic. Don't panic just because a fight started. You know, so many people, they're put in a position where they get worried, they start to panic, they start letting anxiety and fear take over. Let me tell you something. We have something going on in the world today. And if you're totally, totally freaked out over it, you're not going to be a leader. You can be a follower, which is a good thing. I don't want to see you be a nobody, because a nobody is just what it says, a nobody. There's nothing wrong with being a follower. But to be a leader, you cannot let anxiety and fear take over with what's happening in the world today. Now, let's say you're already there. You got anxiety and you got fear. God can take it from you, but you have to go after that. Can God still make you a leader? Yes, God can still make you a leader. You all hear me speak on fear. I used to be scared to death of spiders. The other day I was sitting on a table and one of them jumping spiders came along on the table, jumped up on my hand and sitting there kind of like doing a little dance looking at me. And I just really slowly just smacked him. And well, you know what happened to him. But I didn't jump or run away. God can change anxiety and fear. Now it says here, or tremble before them. When you tremble before your enemy, you show them that you have fear. For the Lord your God is going with you. He will fight for you against your enemies, and he will give you victory. Then the officer of the